Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're listening to Marrio Esco Live, where we like to interview people who are actively serving the community, share testimonies, music videos, exclusive updates and announcements, and really we just want to utilize the platform to encourage, edify, challenge if necessary as we go over various topics and subjects. We're not perfect and we don't have all the answers, but we're firm believers in iron sharpening iron, and we really just want to build and edify together. So with that said, I hope you're blessed and enjoy the show. Grace and peace. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Marrio Esco Live. I am your host, Marrio Esco, and alongside me is my good friend and co-host, Gil Vargas. Say what's up.
Yo, what up? Excuse me, I just finished eating Mario's son's cookies.
Wow. You know no, he's real talk. And he's supposed to be on this calorie diet or something that he's doing.
I am.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm within my calories.
He's within his calories.
I only had 2 Oreos.
Yeah.
Right?
What up, everybody jumping in? I'm following the chat right now. I'm jumping in right now, so my bad. Bear with me. I see 2 of y'all up in here already. What up, everybody? If you guys could just say what's up, type in here, say what's up. So for those that are jumping in, for those on the podcast, if you haven't joined our email list, please do so. Share the show as you guys are jumping in. Leave comments. Feel free to engage. We like to go back and forth in live engagement, so feel free to do that. Leave your review for my podcasters as well. And we do have a Facebook group that we invite all the people that are on our email list to, and Gil is the one who's managing that. So that's what's up. And if you haven't already, go cop Coat of Arms Mission Field. That's out. I'm gonna keep saying that until the next one comes out. And we got plans for more projects that are dropping. Matter of fact, on this episode, I'm gonna be sharing an exclusive with y'all today. And it's I'm excited to share it, but not in a way that's like joyful or celebration. It's more of a serious topic, but we'll share that today. We'll get into that today. That's a whole subject in and of itself. So we're going to be sharing that today. Go cop Coat of Arms. And so to our partners, God of a Porn, shout out to you. The Bar Podcast, the Prayer Plug, Rep the King Mag, and Rap Remnant. Actually, we're going to be interviewing the owner of Rap Remnant today. I'm excited about that because he has a media site and he's trying to push, the culture, with his resources, his abilities. So I'm excited about that. Anybody who's trying to push and help the culture, whether it's about talking about, difficult subjects or whatever the case may be, or highlighting artists that are underdogs and not really, getting love or attention. I think it's dope. And we need more of that. So I encourage that.
Yeah, it's something new. It's better to have multiple sources and multiple different ways to consume the type of content you're looking for. So I like that Rap Remnant is out here representing, and I'm excited, man.
Hey Becky, I see you. Hi Becky. Becky's a sister from church.
Hey guys, I see that now.
So yeah, real talk. So I'm excited about that. Quick recap: last episode, episode 42, Dora hype, and
I think that's got to be the funniest title we've had.
And when I put it out, I knew people were gonna be like, "What is going on over there?" And the reason why we're calling it the Dora hype is because Gil's actually hype about the Dora movie coming out.
When you a parent and movies like that come out, it's dope because then you could take them to see it, but yet you're not going to be bored out of your mind or wanting to tear your hair out. You're like, okay, it's going to be decent. I could sit through this. Like, Facts. You know what I mean?
Facts. And then we went over some reports on, things that were happening within our country. UNCC shooting, prayers and condolences for the families. John Singleton, we talked about him as well, being just an influencer as a film director and the legacy that he left behind, staying true to his culture and whatnot. So I thought that was dope. And that sparked up some dope conversation as well. We talked about CHH signing artists and creating jobs and opportunities for people to grow, just companies and just growing out these companies and whatnot. And then we talked about movies. We just chopped that up about Endgame. Our thoughts on Bel Air. Somehow we shifted to Dora. I have no idea
how. Even know. I can't even remember how we got to Dora either.
Somehow we just made like a quick shift over to Dora, but that was funny.
Hey man, it is what it is. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime they come out with something.
If any of that interests you, go ahead and check out the last episode. Today we have a special guest. I already announced that, and Gil has some awesome news that he wants to share with us as well.
Yeah,
Gil, you want to jump into that?
Yeah, let's just do that. So y'all know, wifey and I are expecting number 2. And we did the reveal. We just kept it real intimate with
hand
immediate
clap.
family.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
We love you, and I love you guys, and you know what I mean. We want to share this experience with you guys as well. So you guys are going to be everybody on Facebook is finding out for the first time today what I'm gonna have.
Dope.
Comment right now real quick before we play. Team girl, team boy real quick. You know what I'm saying? So that way later you can see how wrong you were.
Okay. Is that like your side notes or something? You
didn't
run that by me before you were.
Yeah, put it on there. Why not?
So what? So is there like a deadline for this or what?
No, let's just play it.
All right, cool. All right, so here's the video, the gender reveal. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Bang. So for the podcasters that don't know, they popped the balloon. Blue, confetti, hand claps.
Came out blue, so I am officially having a boy.
Yeah, man. Gil is having a boy.
My wife, you got a
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
Super excited.
So how you feel, my dude?
Super
I don't know
excited,
if they heard the hand claps. Let me do a hand clap again.
There you go.
I don't know if they heard it the first time. It needs to be there.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited just because I was happy either way. Like whether it came out girl, boy, I truly was happy either way. I actually was leaning more towards having another girl, to be honest.
Just, like you thought you were gonna have a
yeah, okay. I was like thinking,
preparing yourself like I'm gonna have a girl.
Probably.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
And not only that, but just thinking about
is it safe to say like hoping for the best, prepare for the worst?
It's worst way to look at it. No. All right. Because either way, it's good news.
Yeah, amen. I'm just saying. I just throwing it out there.
In my mind, I was thinking like, yo, the girls. In every relationship I've ever seen, every family I've seen and stuff like that, the woman always, the daughters always stay close to the family. You know what I mean? Like always. And so I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, so if I have 2 daughters, that's both of them will stay with me forever.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to leave. Where the sons, they get married and they, eventually they go live their lives. You know what I'm saying? They got to do what they got to do. So I was like, you know what? It would actually be dope if I had a girl. But I'm still super happy I'm having a boy. I'm going to, it's going to be a whole new experience. Yep. So that's what I really, really wanted. I wanted the boy also just because of the fact that
this is it, right? Like that's it for you?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm not, no more kids after this. Lord willing. So yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know if laughing was the right response. I don't.
What do you think of me? Lord willing, that's just I'm happy with just 2, just because that's what
I'm just
me
saying.
And my
like
wife both discussed even before we were married. Like she wanted only 2.
Like if you have 3 now, that third is gonna go back to the show and be like, oh really? Really?
And I'm gonna tell him like
mark that episode what 43.
The Lord works
there you
in
go,
mysterious
mark that.
ways.
So congrats to you, man. That's what's up. That's dope. So are you gonna be like, are you pumped? Like, are you gonna bring them to the movies? I know you use your little ones as a way to like go to these movies. You're just talking about hype for Dora.
We're talking about Dora.
We're talking about. Matter of fact, okay, all right. Let's just jump into it then.
All right, what we going?
This is great.
Oh, okay.
Okay, perfect. So you got Dora hype. Yeah. Are you
Aladdin hype?
Are you?
I am.
Are you Aladdin hype?
I am, and why I'm excited is because my wife is a diehard Will Smith fan. So, taking her and also reliving my childhood, because this came out when I was mad young too, so I remember it.
Yo, you know what? It's actually 2 parts. You got Will Smith, Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And then you got Aladdin. You know what I mean?
And he just recently was on one of them late night shows. What's the dude?
Late night.
Yeah, those late night shows like Jay Leno type shows.
Okay. So what? So he was on one of those shows?
Yeah, Will Smith was on one of them. And he was kind of giving a taste of how he's putting his flavor into the character, which is pretty dope. So he did the Friend Like Me. He did the Friend Like Me song like you never had a friend like
yeah.
But he kind of gave a little snippet of how he did it, and he's straight rapping it. And he used the old school hip hop beat, and they used it into the song.
So they
like customized.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's like, and he was saying like, I don't want to try to beat or mimic what the previous genie was. Yeah, he wanted to respect the character.
That's dope.
He's like, so I
respect that.
My own iteration. I respect that. He actually said no at first.
Because it was too much?
No, he just felt that the character was perfect.
Like, you can't mess with that character.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it.
He felt like he wasn't going to do it justice.
Exactly. And they had to convince him, I guess. You know what I mean? And eventually, obviously, he took the role because he did it. But I think he only did it because he felt he was going to do his own rendition. Like, it's his own.
Bro, you really deep dove in. Did you guys hear this?
Well, man.
This dude went into the psychology of Aladdin. Oh, my goodness.
It's not the psychology. It's just that's what he said.
You went in on this, bro.
I tried. We podcasting, ain't we? Are we podcasting?
Wow.
Was I supposed to be like, Aladdin's going to be an interesting story? Move on?
No, you made it a very interesting story. I'm like, wow, I want to see it just to see how Will Smith moves in his...
For real. I'm excited. I am excited. And it's crazy because before the movie even came out, before there was any big trailers, people were already saying this is going to be trash, that Will Smith is a horrible genie. And I'm like, yo, but give the dude a chance.
But people have, like, you know what? I don't know. People judge. It's easy to judge.
It is easy to judge.
Like, it's just easy to jump and be critical.
How did we all feel when Heath Ledger signed up for the role of Joker?
Wait, there was people that disagreed?
Of course. In the beginning,
I didn't know.
People were like, huh? This dude did romantic movies, man.
True. He was like the dude with the sword, like in...
Yeah, he did The Knight's Tale.
The Knight's Tale.
That's like a straight rom-com, like, you know, or more like romantic movie. And they're saying... he's gonna be the Joker. You got someone who's in lovey-dovey movies who's gonna play a dark, sadistic role like that. People were like, nah,
never gonna happen.
And now he's the most iconic Joker to ever live. Not saying that Aladdin is,
he was
a pop icon now because Will Smith did it, but I'm just saying, like, he could do a phenomenal job. We don't know until we see it.
Yeah, all right.
He might kill it.
He might kill it. He might not.
He might not.
Some people are like already judging from the trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
people already like
saying that
it's trash.
All I need is the trailer. Like, I saw what I needed to see and it's trash.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see it.
They're probably feeling the way Will Smith felt originally. Like, why ruin a perfect story?
Like,
they probably feel that way. But if they know what you just told them, because you just sold it, then they'll probably be like, oh, I respect that. For that, I'm gonna go watch it now. Good job, Gil. Yeah. Did you get any? Did we get compensated for that?
I didn't know I was going to drop gems talking about Aladdin, but hey.
All right. What about Spider-Man? How you feel about Spider-Man, bro?
Spider-Man? That thing is going to be sick.
Since we talking about movies, I didn't line this up previously. No, this is spontaneous. It's already there.
Oh man, it's professional.
It's like the system just knows what we're going to talk about next. It's amazing. I love it. Podcasters, I'll let you know later.
From what I gather,
not here on the show live.
They're introducing a lot of different elements. So, like, they're introducing
the Mysterio,
obviously, from the cover. But I guess from what I've read in articles and stuff like that, he's from like another dimension. So they're trying to introduce the multiverse, which is very well mentioned in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like, there's different dimensions of different Spider-Mans and all that.
Another dimension.
So they're saying Mysterio is from another dimension, which kind of hints at they're going to play with that whole thing.
Dude, what do you like? Don't if critics ends up calling you like on the side, you better say no. You work for Marrio Esco Live, okay? Because you're killing it today, bro.
What do you mean, man?
Man, grace and glory, man. Wow.
Grace and glory.
Grace and glory. All right, cool. So what else? So you're excited about this movie too, then?
Yeah, and it's continuing. Endgame. It's continuing like literally right after everything that happened in Endgame, and it's just continuing the story now with Spider-Man. So it's gonna be dope on how now the story breaks off to a whole nother, life, because Spider-Man has his own life. He has his own family, he has his own issues, but you're still seeing the effects of what happened in Endgame, which is dope. The conversations are gonna be brought up. His feelings and how everything has changed now. So it's sick. I love that the MCU has brought all these people together, and now you get to see these stories still play off of each other.
Yeah, I think it's dope. I like that concept, man. I like that concept, how they can develop separate characters and unfold different stories with within the same universe.
Just sick.
I love that.
I love it, and I can't wait to see what.
And you know what? That's a really cool way to keep people coming to your production company or whatever you're doing.
It's genius.
If anybody's a creative listening, finding a way to keep people coming into your universe, you know, I guess that's how record labels are, right?
It's genius on so many levels. Not only just because you want people to come back, but you also get to build with your customers.
Yeah,
you get to learn from them. You get to see what they like, what they
build
don't
relationships.
Like. It's like a relationship.
That is facts, bro.
And then on top of that,
some people have favorites. Some people are like, I'm not a fan of that one. I'm a fan of this. Like some people legit don't like certain characters.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna watch their movie because I don't.
Then
like
on the
character.
business aspect, you got the marketing. You know what I'm saying? The way they're marketing this, that now you can go online and literally buy every single movie in chronological order from the MCU. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they even have those little cool packages for people. Like, oh, you love us? Here, we put this all together for you. You can literally watch it in this order and enjoy the whole entire universe.
Yeah.
And in this one package. You don't got to go searching. We got it. Boom. Like, even in the marketing aspect, it's sick.
Yo, you know what? In a way, isn't that what genres are for? I'm sorry. Now my creative mind is going, that's what genres are for, right? That's categorized in that universe. So like hip hop is a universe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And all these characters are these characters, these roles.
Yep.
And some are known to be more aggressive, and others are known to be artistic.
Within the universe, you have these different factions and cultures and people and different, you know what I'm saying? Because you have the boom baps, you have the trap, you have all these different worlds within this universe.
All right.
Which is why, if you look at a old school rapper, they have a very hard time looking at a trap artist. But that's a whole nother language, a whole nother universe, a whole nother planet, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go into another planet and you're trying to figure out their language, and you're like, well, this is weird.
Do you think it's necessary sometimes to cross over to different, like to interact with universes?
Yeah, why not? It just makes for better, more interesting content if you start intermingling respectfully, you know what I'm saying, and really having fun with art. That's what it's all about. It's art.
Okay, I like it.
Why not take from different cultures? Or
actually, that's every story though. That's every story, right? The hero, the villain, like
same with movies.
You need to have like people the story, take the plot, the conflict.
Yeah,
the moment of failure. The moment of change. What is it? Like there's like a story outline, like the hero story outline or whatever it is. You ever hear that?
Yeah, I mean it's always
like every single story. You need to have it to create a story,
even if it's minor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the villain is like, his
you can adjust it. The antagonizer, like you know what I mean? Like the villain is himself. Oh, you mean like you can always use it. You can have different ways to package it.
Exactly.
I got
you. They're creative with it. Like, at the end, he was himself. Like he was the own villain. Like in the whole time, he was also the good guy, but he was also the villain. And
dope. Cool, man. I don't know how we deep dove on that.
Yeah, man. I told you. You're the only one that worries about
on all these different subjects and whatnot.
The stuff that we talk about.
I do have an exclusive track I want to share, but before I do it, we need to give some context behind what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right. We're just gonna dive in. So it's exclusive for my people that are following. I want to give some context. We might have to squeeze our somehow. I don't know. We're going to have to fly through this. God's grace, bro. We got what? We got 10 minutes before our special guest calls in?
No.
We got time. Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm jumping ahead, bro. But no,
I feel like long time.
Let's do it. Let's just jump right into it then.
Yeah,
let's unfold this. So for those of you that haven't heard, Mr. Joyner Lucas is a secular rapper, mainstream artist. For those that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but some of you guys might not know. And he's actually from this city right here in Worcester.
Yeah.
And he did a very controversial. Is that how you say it? Sorry.
Controversial.
Yeah. Okay. Controversial. I feel like I got an accent and I don't have a second language, so that's kind of messed up.
You know what? For the last 4 or 5 episodes,
I don't have a second language.
Thinking about that, I'm like, He has an accent to no language.
No language at all. I don't even understand it myself.
Can you have an accent for the English?
I don't know. Like, man, dude. But anyway, what were we saying? So yeah, so it was very controversial. He used a church that's very familiar here in the city.
Yeah.
And actually, the video got like 5.2 million views within the first week. It was just May 2nd or something. It was about a week ago, I think.
It's insane.
When it released.
Yeah, it got a lot of buzz.
Yeah, and it was in the church. It was a very familiar church within the community. And very recognizable for those that are here from the city. And so when we see this video, immediately for me, it was like, that's the church.
Yep.
I used to attend the church when I was younger. So immediately I was like,
yeah, I remember when you were Catholic.
Actually, I
didn't know that was a church.
This is when I was Catholic. This is when my daughter was baptized in that church.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She was baptized in that church. So I see I see Joyner. I'm like, okay, what's the artist? I know Joyner. I'm like, oh, okay. I follow Joyner. He's a Worcester artist. For me, like, it's dope to see somebody who's from your city actually become successful in the arts that, they're involved with, what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with their art and with their ability to, their talents and abilities. So it's dope to watch Joyner do what he did. It just gives hope to everybody else that, you try hard, you work hard at it, you try to be authentic, genuine, true to yourself. Like, I think that type, just artists alone, not content. So mind you, Joyner Lucas is very, very, very vulgar. Yeah. And very graphic. So be mindful of that. If anybody has young ones or anything like that, be very mindful of that. I'm talking strictly art. I appreciated the way that he went differently from everybody else. Like, he one-upped it because he told complex stories.
Yep.
And his rhyme schemes are very complex and deep. He doesn't just rap. Everybody's quick to yell against the mumble rapper, right?
Yeah.
But then you got someone like Joyner who's not that, and at least celebrate not the content in any kind of way, but the way he carries the art. You can obviously see that he's skillful. Yeah, whether we like the content or not, the dude can rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's a factual thing. So anyway, so I'm watching this video and I'm like, wow, like everything I just told you, right? Just keep that in mind. And I'm watching this video with all that in mind. And then I realized that it's at that church and I'm a Christian hip hop artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going through all these concerns and questions for his song. And, so I'm going into the explanation of my exclusive track right now is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I wanted to just report on the situation. You can stop me whenever you want to.
Hey, I'm letting you. This is you took the mic.
But yeah, no. So I'm for me, like, personally, I guess I'll tell you because I'm an artist. I'm reporting on it and also what I wrestled with. I understand like what it takes to unfold like the content of the music video. I understand what it's like to create the content from jump and understand what it's like to think about these things in a business perspective. Like, how can we make tracks? Because actually we do it with the podcast, being real. Can we be real?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
Can we be real?
Let's be real.
This is where we be real, right?
Of course.
We do it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a talent. I mean, not a talent. It's a skill, that you should be using. You should be wise with the skill and the ability. You know what I'm saying? Not that, like, let's say pastors are not to change their sermons to fit the culture, because that's not what church is for. Yeah. But if you have a platform that engages the culture, it's not church. It's not designed to preach to the congregation. It's a platform that's designed to engage the culture, to be within it. Then I think you have the right and the freedom to be able to practice those marketing, strategies, as long as it's respectful and it's not, what do you call it? Outrage.
Yeah. Outrage marketing where you're just doing things to get attention.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, now you understand that, we unfold that. So I'm watching Joyner do this thing and I'm wrestling. Now that you understand the context there, right, of what we just discussed, I'm watching this and I'm unfolding the intention, and I'm assuming I'm just a man. That's my fault. And I know that. And I told my people I know that. And I wrestled for a good week, man, in prayer and stuff, because a lot of people were saying, you should respond. And a lot of other people were saying, they weren't even saying no. That was what's weird to me. They weren't telling me no. And I kind of wanted to hear yes or no, like, what's up?
Yeah.
And as I'm wrestling with this, our dude, Bizzle, God of Money, jumps in and he responds to Joyner on a track. Bizzle, if you guys want to hear it, let me know. I actually got the track. Like, thank you. Someone saying, hello, Marrio, love your music. Thank you. All glory to God. I appreciate that, brother. So if you guys want, you know what? I'll share a little bit. You want to share a little bit of Bizzle's response?
I would say, yeah, let's just share it, man. Just so that way they get the context of, everything. So we got Joyner's track. If you guys,
I didn't share Joyner's track, but pretty much what he does, he talks about a lot of high profile people, celebrities, stuff like that. And he talks about like, why are they dead? And then he starts naming people that he has conflict with, or he has, problems with, or people that he believes are, I'm not saying either or. It's his representation within the music video. And I'm tripping up, bro. Like,
I hear you.
You're supposed to jump in as a host.
No, you're doing good.
You know what I'm saying? As a co-host. But okay, so he's talking about these high profile people. He wants to replace them with living people that are also high profile people, like the president.
Tommy Lauren, which is a sports. She is a analyst for political.
Martin Shkreli. I forgot his name.
I don't know.
Martin Shkreli. He's the dude that had the medicine and he like jacked up the price, a ridiculous cost. I forgot his name.
I didn't know who he was.
He bought like the only Wu-Tang CD. Like there was only this one Wu-Tang CD that was available. He paid like over $1 million, some crazy amount of money for this collection that only he has. And he was threatening them, saying, "I'm gonna release this like publicly. I'm gonna release all this content." And they were trying to, anyway, that was one of the guys that he was talking about. Like replace him with Martin Luther King. And replace this with that. And the whole song, I just felt like he sort of used, and now this is just me assuming, I don't know, I'm just assuming, and I know I don't have the exact answers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wrestled too with my response, but he was pretty much just using the Christian faith and the concerns and stuff as a way to like piggyback on the points that he was actually trying to make, in my opinion. Like his points was political, it was hip hop, it was involved with these high, profile people, celebrities. Even though he expressed, now hold up, I'm gonna be fair, he expressed people that he lost personally. So all due respect. I'm sure that a lot of those emotions from his personal experience was spilling over the entire track. So with all due respect, I give him that.
Yeah.
But thinking about marketing, thinking about business, thinking about, the 5-point-something million views that we knew something like that was going to get, right?
Yeah.
That's where I wrestle with. But anyway, let's you want to jump into Bizzle's track?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
There you go, Bizzle's track. A response to Joyner Lucas's Devil's Work. Here we go.
Joyner, I hear you going through some things and it's getting tough, but I see you got my word with you. It's a shame how the pain only thing make you pick it up. And you complain when it rains just once, but I never hear thanks for that 100 days with the sun. Could've ran to me first, ran to the drink first, and now I gotta have this conversation with you when you drunk. See, before I even start addressing it, I don't owe you any answers, so don't get used to it. But I feel like you being genuine. But the truth is you can't handle the truth, Lucas. But you kept it a buck and I love that. If I kept it a buck back, could you take what you stepping in? I know it's other folk that feel like you, so first thing I'ma do is let you know who you questioning. I am the God who created the earth. I knew you start feeling yourself, so I made you from dirt. Ain't no battery in your body, so who making it work? I made the earth perfect, it's y'all making it worse. Who put the seed in the fruit, put the fruit in the tree, and that tree in another little seed but me? Then turn around and made you the same way after that. For you was in your daddy sack and his daddy sack. I am the one that put breath in your lungs and created the same mind that you question me from. You were lost, I'm the way, I'm the potter, you the clay, and now the clay got something to say. Okay, you can never check me, so check this. Your standard for right and wrong is me. I am the checklist, I am right. Wrong is whatever you're left with. I am life, you without me is what death is. I am the judge, you answer me. If I throw lightning, who throws it back at me? Nobody. And if all this falls, who can stand but me? You go to the cross, but you cross-examine me. You say I made mistakes, you mistaken me. You made gods out of men who were clay to me. You put lives over lives that you ain't create, then feel away, cause all flesh the same to me. What if some of the people you naming to me wasn't really everything that you made them to be? Or worse, what if they are and I take them with me? Are you telling me it's any better place they could be? Either way, you don't know, you just gotta push through. Cause while you over here saying what I should do, somebody lost somebody last week and came at me the same way, saying I should've took you. You asked why the good die young, but the truth is none of y'all are good, not one. The only one ever been good's my son. So to answer your question, the good died once. Jesus. What if I told you to choose when your mom died? You think you could choose when your mom died? If you put it off 20 years away, 20 years later when that day came, would you not cry? You couldn't be God, you are not I. My ways are not yours, your thoughts are not mine. You can't even deal with the pressure of your own life when you're not high. Try looking in the God mind. See, I love them more than you ever did, more than you ever could. Death doesn't lessen it. Let my own son meet death as the evidence. And I love them all, rap star to the president. The real question is, what you living like? If I punish every sin, would you live tonight? So how you get mad when I get them other folks same chances I give you to get it right? You got a son that one day will be a man. You expect him to trust you and he don't understand or even know what you up to. Cause he knows that you love him, right? So trust that I love you.
All right. There you go. That's Bizzle's track on his response to Joyner Lucas's Devil's Work. What are your thoughts, bro?
It was good.
I saw a lot of opinions floating out there, man. A lot of indifferent opinions. I saw a bunch of people feeling differently about this.
People were all saying, like, they didn't really listen to Joyner and what he was really trying to say and the emotions he was trying to convey, and that you can't really argue the fact that, him wanting those people alive and the people who committed heinous crimes that are still alive to trade places. I get all those emotions. Like, it's understandable. But the part that people found very nerve-wracking, or I would say just kind of in awe, is the fact that he can't disguise it. He wished death on people. Like, you say, this dude should die. Like, this dude should die. Like, you can't really clean that up. You know? And I understand these people have committed crimes. I understand that, maybe they do deserve it, but we are not to judge. We are no judge. We tell people don't judge me, but yet that whole video was a straight judgment on all of those people, based on, his beliefs and things that he disagrees with or whatever the case. I don't think anybody should wish upon death on someone regardless, we do have laws and we do have punishments. That's different. If they get the punishment that they deserve, then hey. But if it doesn't happen, I don't think it's within our right to just be like, I wish you died right now. Like,
are you talking about Joyner Lucas?
I'm just thinking in general. People shouldn't wish anybody.
Okay, so what do you?
But that's what he said.
Bizzle's response.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying this is that his response now was more towards God answering back to him. You know what I'm saying? Right. Him being the ultimate judge, which is what I liked. He was saying that I am the judge. I am the way. I am the one that has the right to do the things that you're saying you shouldn't. He's God. So how are you going to question him?
So it was like who is it? Man, I should know this. Job. It was a Job moment, like questioning God, but you not okay. Well, I know I got some like theologians up here, not Job in the sense of the son to being tested by the devil. No. That's not what I mean. I know.
Yes, make sure
theologians jump in him like, oh my goodness, how dare you? This is a saint. You compare this to a saint, and no, that's not what I mean. But it's sort of like it has that like feel to it. Like, who are you to question me? Clay to the potter.
Yeah. And that was the thing that people were like the most outraged with, is that he was like wishing death upon people. And I understand his motive behind it, but Bizzle was more responding to why he shouldn't be.
Someone says what Joyner did is old. Many rappers have done that. Yeah, you know what? Exactly. And the reason why I'm talking about it, you probably missed out in the beginning. is because it hit close to home. It was actually filmed in a church I used to attend back in the day when I was Catholic. Joyner is actually a rapper from this city that I come from. He's here. I mean, I bump into him at Walmart. What up, dude? You know, like you're shopping regular, just a regular dude. He's just a regular dude. He don't be like, he's just a chill, regular dude, Yeah. And he's been doing controversial stuff like that. If you follow Joyner, like he's been, again, very vulgar, very graphic. So please, be mindful. But
racism,
he's been doing stuff like that, and he's been affiliated with people that I've been, mutual friends and whatnot. So it hit home to me, and it was big. It's trending. So I figured, let's talk about it. Plus, I got my response lined up as well. I gave a little bit about, what I feel about it. I think I'll let the track speak for itself. You guys get an exclusive today. How he got in there. You guys get to hear the exclusive, my response today, and everybody else. This is going to be public Friday. So here we go. God's work is what I call it. Here we go.
What up, Joyner? I heard you're looking for some answers. I was about to dip, but I couldn't leave it unanswered. Funny, cause the book you were holding, it holds the standards. But I heard you were already introduced to the commander-in-chief, the man of belief. Trust me, fam, I understand all the pain and the grief. I used to be the same way every day in the feet. The only escape was a blunt pen and pad in the beat. It's either that or the street. 508, where the war never ceased. 7 hills to die on, but I ain't ready to sleep. Pete, man. Look, I'm about to go deep, so I pray to God you're serious about the answers you seek. You should take a seat, turn up the volume, let it seep. I pray your soul he keep, I pray he wake you from your sleep. Listen, oh Lord, I need your help with this. Look, everybody you mention, the course they made in his image. This ain't a game of scrimmage, the lost is slated in prison. But I know the one who's risen, the one you think isn't, the one you blaming for death as if his life wasn't given. Matter of fact, his only son, for the same ones who spit in his face every day and then they blame son. But we can only blame one, reflection is the same one. We're the reason why we face rejection when our day comes. But you don't wanna hear it. You'd rather blame God and blaspheme his spirit. You'd rather controversy over truthful lyrics, because it doesn't serve a purpose as a useful gimmick. I pray it ain't so and you're truly seeking his face. I pray the mental on the phone keep speaking the grace. I pray you're heading for the truth and not running in place, being looked up to by the youth and the coming to age. I pray for the day I can watch you jumping on the stage, repping Christ up in your lyrics in the 508. We call it home until we're home up in our Father's grace. But as of right now, I'm not convinced that that's the case. And I'm praying for you as you're on your paper chase. And I'm praying everything I'm saying you embrace. By my Father's grace, I pray you get a taste. And join me as a brother running in this race. And side by side we can labor. Tell them about the Savior, filling them up with all pointing creatures to the Creator. Death isn't the final player, the God I serve is greater. So even though we're dying, my fellow ears, I see you later. Something you cannot waver, even in your anger. Cause surely one day you will be face to face with your maker. I'm hoping before he takes you, you'll consider this a message, God, I pray you never miss. The crucifixion in front of you represents life and death, from the sinless Savior who is faithful till his final breath. Resurrected on the 3rd day, now sitting on his throne. We deserve hell in heaven, we can't get there on our own. So now the truth is shown, I wonder what you'll do. Your open struggle sounds sincere, I wonder if it's true. And if this truly is a burning hunger for the truth, your message is delivered, so now it's up to you. God's work.
There you go, God's work.
That was fire, bro.
You got a direct response, my direct response exclusive here on the Marrio Esco Live. It'll be available Friday publicly for everybody else. This is kind of like a hard thing for me. Like, it's a more personal thing for me. I don't know Joyner personally, you know. But just the fact that I know he's here, you know what I mean. He's from Worcester. We have mutual friends. He has people that know the truth.
Yeah. So
Joyner, if you do get a chance to listen to this or the track, or if anybody knows Joyner and hears this, just know, you know, I'm encouraging you to keep going to the people that you know who know the Lord. Keep calling on them. So
facts.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't know I was gonna feel this way. I didn't know what response I was gonna have, but In the beginning, it was anger at first, you know, and I had to pray about it and wrestle with it. And then the beat just hit me, bam. And I let the beat just kind of unfold, you know, guide my pen just in prayer, just, you know, feeling out the beat, and just that's what came out.
I like that it sounds like a legit just a conversation.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Rafi, what up, my dude? I love you, bro. Fire track. I appreciate it, bro. Friday, man, I'm gonna be sharing it. Rafi, I know you from the city too, so you know what's up. Share that. I'll be tagging them, man. Hopefully we could build. I didn't. It's not about clout chasing or anything like that. You know, I did want to get up in that church. Best believe I wanted to get up in that church, and I tried. You best believe I went knocking on that door. Yo, I heard you letting Christian rappers rap up in here. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's a good segue into the news. The priest actually regretted what he did. This is a news, the little snippet of the priest. Says he has second thoughts about rap video filmed at St. Peter's Church in Worcester, Mass. That came out in the news.
From the story, it looked like when he heard of Joyner's video, he didn't receive all the information. Sounded like he only received partial, and the little bit that he received sounded like it was going to be a positive video, you know, nothing to really be alarmed about. And then after seeing actually the video he saw, and people told him about the things he was saying as well, and you know, things that was happening within the video, that he felt he would have not allowed Joyner to use it if he knew the full extent.
If he knew what he was, all the details. Thing is that he's not hip. You know, the dude wasn't hip to hip hop. Yeah. And
he said he listens to folk music.
No, he did not say that.
Yes, he did.
Oh, somebody wrote that. No,
he said I don't listen. He said I don't listen to hip hop. I
listen to folk music. No,
it was probably a lighthearted part.
No, you know what?
Article.
Maybe he said it in Spanish, and they were like, "Oh, folk music."
You know? Oh, what is that in Spanish?
I don't know. No. I was gonna say novela.
It's a novela.
That's how you know.
It's a novela.
Pastors have to listen to the song beforehand. You're right. That's the thing. He didn't know about the song. He didn't know what it was about. He went on vacay when it happened, according to the article. This is public information. This ain't gossip. It's out there. I'll share the link if you want it. You know, you can search for yourself. But I tried to go up in there, man. I was actually this past Monday. I was like, yo,
it's too right.
Let me church. Up in that church, bro. Like, you got some explaining to do here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me do my thing, man.
It would have been so dope. But hey, man, everything happens for a reason. It wasn't allowed.
Well, the idea was I wanted to have like a lookalike Joyner walking out of the church. You know, it like transition from his music video into mine, and still have the Henny bottle like in the aisle. And then as he's walking out, boom, I jump out, and you know, I start doing my thing within the same space in the same church.
Watching him.
I just thought I was thinking like, you know what? I was thinking of like being impactful. You know, something that reaches him, something that reaches the hip hop community. And then
what I thought was so dope about the idea is that I've never seen somebody respond, whether secular music or Christian hip hop, to someone in the same location as the video shoot, a similar video but with a different response. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen it. So I was like, oh, that's gonna be fire. But you know, things didn't quite play out the way we wanted, you know, due to all the negative feedback and the negative response from the video, especially for the church. They didn't allow us to shoot it.
Yeah, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they didn't allow us to shoot. No, but you know, God's sovereign, bro. Like, you know, I took that to heart at first. I wrestled with that at first. You know, like I was like, man, like, you got up in there. Like, here comes somebody coming up in there with mad concerning questions and wrestling with this stuff, and I can come in and respond. You know what I mean? Like, through my studies and through what I know, like I can come through and respond in love. And
no, I love the approach, man. The approach looked like, you know, you were just really trying to come alongside him and help him, you know, push him in the right direction, rather than like, you know, beat him over the head with the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. You know, praise God for that, because I didn't know where I was gonna go. Like I said, I just
that was dope,
the beat was there, and I was like, okay, how do I start this?
But yeah, everybody be on the lookout. It's gonna be released, so if you guys want to cop it.
Yeah, this Friday it'll be. Actually, this Friday I'm gonna drop it on YouTube, Facebook. maybe SoundCloud, I don't know, and then it'll be released everywhere else for streaming and stuff like that. If you guys want to rock to it or whatever, because I know people will want to have access to it. So yeah,
it's gonna be dope.
That. Let's flip it up. How do you feel about just responding in general, bro?
I think the response was necessary, whether it was one person or three, because as of right now, I can count 3 people that have responded. And
somebody responded to Bizzle.
Somebody responded to Bizzle?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody responded to Bizzle, yeah. I don't know what that was about.
Was it a secular artist?
I don't know. I have no idea. I know somebody. There was a track out there, a response to Bizzle's response to.
What the heck is that?
A response to the response of the responder.
Oh my goodness! I just want to look up the song just so I can see the title.
Everybody's just like a domino effect. Like everyone's
response that he made to a response.
The battle just never ends because everyone's just going forward with their battles.
That's ridiculous. But, I thought that the response was required because although, like I said, I completely understand the things that Joyner was talking about and the things that he was frustrated with, things that he was asking God. I think at every point in our lives, we question the things that are happening in our lives. Maybe not as graphic, maybe not as, intense as he portrayed in the video, but we all question. So I get it. I get that emotion behind it. But it was just that it was brought in a way that was very, it can be very inappropriate, being that it was inside of a church. But the response was required because it's not just for him, but for those that feel the same way he's not the only person in the world struggling with these types of thoughts and these types of emotions.
Did you ever struggle with these kinds of thoughts?
Not struggle, but they've happened.
You learned a lot though. You were raised with the Bible.
Yeah, I've had moments where I was on the edge.
Oh no, yeah, you were. You had questions.
Yeah, especially in my divorce, my first marriage. That was a huge one for me because at that time, I was really starting to understand God's sovereignty and these biblical
so you felt
truths.
Like,
so I'm like, why would God allow something that He already knew from the beginning was gonna fail? You already knew that I was going to go through the hardship. You already knew that this was going to turn out the way it did, but yet he still allowed it. That was a huge thing for me. Like I questioned his love. I questioned, the motive behind it, like everything. It wasn't until like I, obviously studied, God's sovereignty and how all things work for good and it doesn't really matter the horrible thing that happened. You can't really see what the end is until you get there. Till you get there, you're never going to see what the purpose of whatever it is you're going through. You're just going through it. And you're like, what is happening? But then you get to that point, you're like, it all makes sense. It completely brings everything full circle. And now with my wife now, that whole experience taught me so much that now I am a way better man. I'm a better husband. I'm a better in everything because of that horrible experience.
Yeah.
So I completely understand.
That kind of goes back to what we were talking about time travel and
oh my gosh.
If the ability was there, would you go back and do it? So you learn from it. You learn, you grow, it tests your character. Mm-hmm.
So I love that you guys, the 3 artists that I know of responded to Joyner because each one even gave a different perspective. Like Bizzle was talking as if he was God answering. You spoke as if you were a brother, trying to help him work through these things. It was a totally different feel. Even the beat, you chose a different beat. Like Bizzle chose the same. So there was very different textures to each response. And the 3rd artist, I believe, was Stract, and he did a different beat as well. I don't think he used.
I don't know if Stract did an official response though. I think
it wasn't official, but it was on a challenge,
like a 16-bar challenge or something.
But he responded though. He said his name. It was all things according to what Joyner was talking about.
Yo, shout out to the Prayer Plug. What up, brothers? What's going on, man? Prayer Plug in the building. Our partners. I love you, bro. You already know what's up.
So yeah. I love that you guys responded. I loved everything that you guys said, in regards to what he was struggling with and the answer to it. It was dope.
I think when I heard Bizzle's in my rap mind, I was like, in my rap mind.
Are you sure it's the rap mind?
Come on. Then when I couldn't get to church, I was like, come on. But I had the track, and I was like, wrestling. I was like, yo, you know what? God's providence, man.
Yeah. It's God's providence, bro.
God's providence. Just trust and hope that, I pray that it gets to him, man. I pray that even Bizzle's response, I hope one of them gets to whoever responded. I'm glad when I see people respond. I felt like that was, I don't know, for me, I felt like it was necessary. People were telling me like, well, what do you expect? And I get that. What do you expect from an unbeliever? What do you expect from somebody who don't believe in this faith?
Yeah.
What do you expect? Which is true. But do we leave it hanging? That's in my mind. So we leave it hanging because we just expect it? Or should we jump in and protect it?
Are you rapping right now?
No. Do you reject it? No. You see, that's
if
why
you
I don't
don't respond, it's like you
if it was a freestyle battle, it's over. Like,
for real.
Oh wow, for real? You just gonna run with that? That's like you coming out the booth like, man, I killed that last. No, it's horrible. Yeah, like for real,
you did.
Trash that whole verse, garbage. Bro. Trash that whole verse. What about you, bro? What if a singer came? Actually, nah.
What if a singer came? What do you mean?
No, let me.
Singers don't battle.
I'm not saying. Okay, so you call my song a battle?
No, that was a response.
Okay, so singers can't respond to each other?
I mean, I guess, but
So what happens if Christian Grey gets sideways?
Uh-oh. What do you mean?
Somebody tag him. I'm gonna tag him.
If he got sideways?
What happened?
Like you mean like he said something like borderline questionable, and I respond to what he said?
Yeah, like do singers do that? Like, are you like, man?
I've honestly never heard it, but
that was heretical.
I guess it would have to be the same thing that happened to you.
I am gonna sing a note to him.
I'm gonna sing a note to him.
I'm gonna carry this.
What do you guys think? Should I hit him with an A minor or?
Hit him with the A minor.
Well, dang, he means business.
Oh, did he hit him with an A minor? Oh,
he's like, oh dang.
That's how they judge it.
Christian Grey.
They don't be judging bars. They be judging that A minor. He touched the vibrato at the end. Did you hear that? The hint of vibrato at the end.
It's like, dang.
That's like he smacked him.
He's like, yo, why is Christian Grey being disrespectful? He hit him with A flat.
He hit him with an A flat.
He's like, he didn't even care about the note.
He hit him with an A. Yo, hair claps. He hit him with an A flat, bro. That's mad disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful. He don't even care about.
So now you leaking information out there. Now singers are taking notes. Hit him with the A flat. All right.
Yo, you want to win? Just hit him with the A flat.
Every response helps because Joyner has a huge platform, so you guys' response will reach his followers who feel the same way. So even if it doesn't reach Joyner, it'll definitely reach his followers. I can't with you, Sammy. Yo, that's real talk. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna press play, right? Yeah. Y'all heard it, So people will listen to it. The goal is not to become famous or anything, man. The goal is really to just respond in love and humility. Because we almost feel like we have a responsibility to do so, I think, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. I have the producer, I'll probably message you right now. Marrio said vibrato.
You did say that.
Dude, this week has been crazy, bro.
It has been.
This week has been I'm going to be 100 with all of you right now.
Speak on it.
I set up this entire show today.
He did.
I mean, we knew what we were going to discuss, but some things are spontaneous.
We had an idea. But, it's just usually you're on your IT bag and you get everything. Bro,
it's been like because the Joyner thing, like it was like I got into my art. Like I'm wearing multiple hats. You know what I mean? So doing the website, doing this, that, and the other. The podcast and everything. I'm thinking, everything. It's just natural. Like everything is just gonna unfold the way it's supposed to unfold. As I'm doing the music, not realizing I'm taking time away everything else as I'm writing the song and picking the beat
Marrio
and getting into the booth. And
Marrio called me up and he was like, "Yo, did you hear Joyner's track? I'm gonna have a CF. No, I'm gonna have a Christian
don't do
fit."
That.
And he wrote a letter. He was just like,
"I wrote a letter.
Hey, Joyner."
You just undid everything. Just in the same show, just undid.
Marrio called me.
That's
like,
it.
I am so upset.
Dear, to whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern, Joyner.
To whom it, Joyner. please immediately. That's how I felt when I was going to the church.
I know.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I want to speak to your manager.
Immediately.
I want to speak to your manager. Do you mean God? Yes.
Immediately. Oh, snap.
Who manages this establishment? Jesus.
Yeah. But praise God, man. Yeah, somebody said, hold up, prayer plug. I respect Joyner's transparency. I have frequent conversations with the Lord that are, I guess he's saying the same. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's how I felt at times when I'm trying to progress with like creative, like being an artist, you know what I mean? And I see others that make progress in the world. And you're like, man, or whatever you're doing. Like, let's say you're just, you're good at your job. You're going for the, the next position or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. And you see others that prosper. And maybe a little bit about, how they prosper. And you're like, see, they prosper that way. And it's like, I can't prosper the right way. Like, you sometimes you get in those struggles. And in a way, he's kind of expressing that too, in a way. Yeah. In a way, he's saying, why is this happen to good people? What he says as good people, in his understanding, to his understanding, this is good people, and these are bad people. Not understanding that God's perspective is perfect and holy and beyond our understanding and comprehension. Like God's understanding of what perfect is and what bad is completely different than ours. We can't even understand. We can't get it. We can't wrap our heads around it.
Yeah. And not only that, but there's also things that God sees, like he sees the beginning and the end. So that, all these people that he's saying deserve to die or whatever, you have to understand these people still have a role in the things that are happening.
Right.
If God kept them alive, it's because they play a part in some grand scheme. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. We get caught up in our feelings and we completely forget that God has ordained everything to play according to his will, even when it looks heinous and it looks crazy and we're like, how could this happen? We don't know the full extent of the whole plan. We don't know. Until we get to that end and everything makes sense, we're always going to be like, why? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did this happen? Because our minds are finite, dude. We'll never fully get it.
Facts. And that's why we wrestle with it, because we're trying to understand it logically. If you're not believing by faith and you're trying to wrestle with it logically, you're never going to get it. You can't. This is not something that you can understand logically.
And that way of thinking,
I mean, there is a logical understanding with faith in the Bible, like for how our perspective is about life and death and God and Christianity. Like, there's a healthy understanding because we study the Scripture. You know what I mean? And we're believers, so we have a different perspective. Yeah. And then somebody who's not studying all the time, it's easy to say, I can. That's why a lot of us can relate to Joyner, right? A lot of us can have a lot of similar struggles at some point. Even now, when Christians die, maybe someone might get really upset and be like, "Why?"
For real.
I mean, that's how God was trying to test Job with the devil. He took his kids.
Yep.
He took his kids. He took his way of living. He took everything but his life. And made him sick.
Took his body, basically.
You know what I'm saying? To try to break him. But it took faith for him to get through that. Otherwise, you know how he would have been thinking?
The complete opposite. I'm
exactly.
Cursed. There is no God.
Exactly.
Like, this goes down the line.
And we talk about this like skimming over the surface. Like, oh, yeah, we could just share a story about Job. But if you're living through that, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
When you're living through that,
when you
it's
really
completely different.
Truly study that, it really starts to shake that platform you have that's called faith and trust in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, to me, the biggest lesson that I got in my experiences when I was at my lowest is, how much do you truly trust God?
Right. My dude, how do you say that? Roderick?
Yeah, Roderick.
Roderick says, I've been in his shoes before as well. I've yelled and cussed at God until I started diving in the scriptures. And I can't front, me too.
Yeah,
I did too.
Same here.
I remember the moment when I just lost it. I remember I was yelling at the top of my lungs, like,
yeah. But
I wasn't cussing. I was just like, I was just hopeless. I was just like, I mean, I was not cussing at the Lord. I was just messed up in the moment and just yelling, like just flipping out.
And I feel like those moments are the most humbling.
Yo, they break you, right?
Because you realize that you literally can do nothing. There's nothing that you can do about it. The issue's there, and now you just have to deal with it. So it's super humbling. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it's so stressed. Trust in the Lord. Just trust.
Yo, the prayer plug says that the video is relatable. Like the content is relatable, personal, authentic. He says it's real with struggles. You know what? The prayer plug. I agree with all the emotional parts of this song. I agree. Like I get it. It's transparent and whatnot. The part that trips me up, and this is me personally, is just when you start, targeting high profile celebrities and tying in trendy things with it. That's all I'm saying. And you start marrying God with it. Like that's where I felt like the response was necessary. That's what moved me to say someone needs to say something.
Yeah. Especially like,
and not even in the thing that's unloving.
Yeah.
Like not even a thing that's unloving or
we can't forget that.
Yo, Mr. Busker.
Can you hear us?
Hold up. I think our special guest just came in the building.
Yes, I am. Sorry I'm late.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Busker?
Hey,
our special guest is in the. We are live right now, sir. So as you're coming in, hold up. Let me switch up the scene real quick. I can see your face. They can't see you, but I can see you. I'm sure you can't see me, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can definitely hear you. I can't see you yet.
That's fine. You're not going to be able to see me, but you just have the convo. You can keep the camera up if you want. And on our end, on the live, they're seeing us, the video of us, and I got a picture of you with your logo and your name underneath, so we could just carry on. Cool?
Awesome.
All right, brother. So
hey, we're gonna finish this thing, and if you want to chime in on it, you know what I'm saying, we're more than happy. We're talking about right now the Joyner Lucas and the responses he's got, and him performing in the church. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, definitely. I watched the video. I haven't listened to Bizzle's response yet, but I definitely watched Joyner's stuff.
Yeah. So he was just, someone just put like the authenticity is real and the struggles and the inner demons on the track is beautiful. Even if you find Christ in the journey, it's a tricky conversation. And what I was just about to say is, we can't forget that, he is calling out to God, whether it's genuine or not. I don't know his heart. I don't know whether he did it just for clicks or he did it because he genuinely wants to know about God. We don't know. He hasn't made a statement in detail about the motive of the video. All we have is the video. So judging just the video, he is literally professing his concerns to God, to the things that he struggled with, the deaths and things that he feels that people that should have died. So in light of all that, we can't forget that he is putting this out there, his concerns and the things that he's feeling. So it's only right that a person that is loving wants to come alongside and respond or find out more about what's going on, whether through a track or personal. I think it's a healthy thing to respond and have this type of dialogue. Like right now, we're talking about this and we're able to go through these issues and pick apart what could have been, what hasn't been, and what we could do better to help people like this that may come up. Not just Joyner, but people in walks of life have these same concerns.
So for those of you that are just jumping in, Chris Busker is the owner of Rap Remnant, which is a media site for Christian hip hop. Is that correct, Mr. Busker?
Yes, that is correct.
And so I'm just introducing who you are as you prepare yourself to answer Gil's question about this topic. So go ahead, Gil. Go finish the question.
So the question was like, whether it's good for us to respond or not, or whether we should leave it, or is it something that we should have just left alone? And I'm saying that I'm glad that there was responses made, and you didn't get to hear it, but Marrio made a response as well. We played it earlier, so you can go back later and listen to it. And
I'll share that with you after, brother.
Yeah, we can send it to you.
You'll get a copy after.
Sounds good.
So what do you think, brother?
I guess that's good, because I just got to say my thoughts. I have no idea what you guys said. It's kind of twofold. One, Joyner Lucas has a lot of religious symbolism in his work. There is one music video, I can't remember the name of the song, but he picks all these people up in a limousine and he has a Last Supper style dinner with them. And then one by one, it shows how each person did him wrong. There's the girl he was like in love with and she cheated on him. There was a manager who really did him wrong. And then there was an old lady somehow, I don't know what she did, but and then at the end he like flipped the table and how angry he still was about that. So like he's like, let's look at all this on a spectrum, okay? Ultimately, Christ is the truth. And I believe that hip hop is the exploration of the truth. It is us trying to explore our ideas, and then as we work ourselves more towards the truth. And
I like that. Hold up. What'd you say? Don't pass that. Work out these ideas as we work toward the truth.
Yeah. So if you look at like Tupac, he spoke the truth as he saw it.
You're right. Like a reflection of it.
Everybody who I know that's a rapper is speaking the truth from their perspective.
Right. I got you.
And and what I liked about Joyner's, to go back on the spectrum, Joyner is closer to Christian hip hop than the majority of all rappers. So we need to congratulate him and say, good job. You are a leader, and everybody who's not in the Christian hip hop camp should emulate Joyner and move towards Christ. Now, those people that are in the Christian hip hop realm do not move towards Joyner and start doing sacrilegious stuff in a church, because then you are moving away from Christ and away from God, and you are doing that because you think it's cool. So that's where the message is twofold. For the people who are further from Christ, good job, Joyner. Everybody, all y'all who are further from Christ than Joyner should follow Joyner's example. Everybody who's closer to Christ than Joyner, no. Don't emulate him. Don't follow him.
Look at. Okay, I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going. So you're saying the fact that he's even wrestling and asking these questions,
it's phenomenal.
Okay, and then the ones that are in ahead, the believers that are well studied and whatnot, to not backslide.
Exactly.
Thinking that it's cool to be in that space that Joyner is currently. Is that kind of like where you're going with it?
Absolutely.
I can see that.
That's a dope perspective.
And when I watched the video, I actually saw a version of myself, but it was when I was a freshman in high school and my childhood babysitter got stabbed to death at a homecoming party.
Wow.
And I heard about it in Sunday school the next day. And I'm just like, what? And I was wondering, why did you take Eric? Why did you take him? Wow. And I remember like being like, what the heck, God? Yeah. Why would you do that? Why would you allow that? And so if you've ever lost somebody, you have wrestled with that issue that he is presenting in there. And so I don't think it's juvenile to wrestle with that issue, because unless if you have lost somebody close to you, somebody you looked up to, somebody you wanted to see again, you've had those thoughts. And we need to work with those people that are having those thoughts and are wrestling with those issues. And we need to approach it in a Christ-like way of saying, I feel you. I feel your pain. I may not feel it exactly. I may not have felt it as bad as how you currently feel it, but guess what? I want to help you get better. And then
amen.
On a case by case basis, approach it from that.
Facts. And you feel that even the response for that should be the same way.
Yeah.
Coming alongside, loving, caring.
And sometimes coming alongside them as well, like especially if you have the opportunity to come alongside them person to person, like, face to face, sometimes silence is more than they need. You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't want to hear, biblical truths. Maybe it's just not the right time. You know what I mean? It's dope that we have that opportunity to give the gospel and speak biblical truths. But sometimes people just want to just be listened to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, is this hearing okay? Is it?
It was actually better the other way.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Way better. Say again?
Is that better now?
Yeah, that sounds crisp.
Cool.
Okay, good.
So, Chris, talk about your media site. Tell us a little bit about your desire, where you see Christian hip hop right now, and what you want to do to help it move forward.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. So the name, everything.
Ooh, okay. Well, I think God held stuff from me until I was ready. Because I did not start Rap Remnant. Around the same time Rap Remnant was started, I tried to create a secular version of it, and it just flopped. It just failed, and it just wasn't where it was at. And so the founder of Rap Remnant, a guy named Chris Brown out of Pittsburgh, he started it. He ran it for 4 years, and some family situations came up to where he said, you know what, I don't have time to put effort into this, and I see it as growing to something huge, but I just can't be the leader for it right now. And he gave up his baby. Like, I got a lot of respect for him. It's a very humble position to say, look, this thing could be awesome, but I'm holding it back. And then he sent out an email to everybody that was on his list and said, hey, I want to sell it. Anybody interested in? And I was coming off a 3-day fast just because I needed to fast. And I had this calling to just, okay, you need to eliminate all your emails and you need to stay on top of your emails. And then after a couple of days of staying on top of that, believe me, I was looking at every single promotion email and seeing if I wanted to delete it or not. Every single email, like hundreds a day. I don't know why that's what I needed to do. And then I got this email from Rap Remnant saying, hey, anybody want to buy this website? And I'm like, this is awesome. Yes, I want to buy it. And that's where we are. And I bought the website in October of 2018. So just 7 months ago.
Wow, get out of here.
Brand new.
I've tweaked a few things. I got some visions for where I want to take it, and we're just working on it from there.
Cool. And I heard through the grapevine that you were gonna have the Marrio Esco live as like a tab on the website or something. That's what somebody told me. I don't know, because this goes into where
there's leaks in the company. There's leaks in the company.
Way to like get me on the hook for that.
Now it's documented, brother. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And little do you know, the contracts are already in the mail. No.
Smooth.
No. Go ahead. Don't feel compelled to answer that. Don't worry about it.
No, it's good because it's gonna happen anyway. But
dope. Thank you, brother.
So this is what I want to do. Like, there's a lot going on already for the Christian rappers who have interns and people who have a paid staff, but that's a small percentage of all Christian rappers. So I'm looking at, how do we feed the funnel? How do we help the independent Christian rappers who are doing everything by themselves? How do we help them out? And I'm positioning Rap Remnant to be that. And so on the tab of the website, there's going to be places where you can find people like yourselves that do podcasts. There'll be places where people, just resources for artists. And I'm in the process of making that work. So you got some insider info right there.
Dope.
And one thing that I'm doing is I want Rap Remnant to be a resource for artists, both in spiritual development and financial stability.
Love it.
And
that's dope.
With that, anyone who comes in contact with me that wants access to Right Now Media, which is the Netflix of Bible studies, I can give that to them. I pay a monthly fee for that, but you don't. And I give that out because I want you to have biblical resources of all sorts. There's stuff on marriage, finances, communication, leadership, childhood. There's all these VeggieTale series if you want to take a trip down memory lane or show your kids that.
That's dope.
It's the Netflix of Bible studies. You can search by different pastors. You can search by books of the Bible. You can search by topics. Whatever you're wrestling with, it has something for you. And I want you to have that resource. And, if it's 3:00 in the morning and you're struggling with something, watch a video. You don't need to call a pastor and wake them up and anything. And maybe you don't even know a good pastor on that topic. But
not to cut you off real quick, but I hear like a little twang and like a little accent. Where you from?
I am from Rockford, Illinois. It's
that's
right. It's about 90 miles out of Chicago.
Dope.
That's dope. It's like you can look up a pastor. I was like, I'm hearing the twang in there. Like,
hey, Chris, are you familiar with the prayer plug?
The prayer plug.
I'm gonna connect you. I'm gonna connect you after this. I'll connect you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I could go on a tangent with my history.
No, that's dope, man. So you want to
man.
provide an opportunity and a pathway for the Christian hip hop independent artists and creatives, and help them move forward by giving them exposure and probably some financial tips, I'm thinking, or like what are some of the things that you have for like blogs or articles or things like that?
So there was one Bible study I started. I wasn't able to lead it the way I wanted to. I wanted to actually like have weekly webinars and stuff like that, but time just got away from me. But it's Venture Academy, and they basically have everything you would cover in a business master's degree.
Wow.
On there. So you talk about return on investments, different cost analysis. They have cash flows, like all this stuff, and they come at it from a Christian perspective. And so you learn about God and you learn about how to steward your resources.
That's key, man. That's key, man. Hand claps for that. You can't hear it, but the people can hear it. Like, hand claps for that. That's what's up. I love that, bro. I love the vision. I love what you're doing, man. And I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying that it continues to grow and expand. That's another question I have too. Like, do you have plans to do more partnerships? Are you looking for that? Are you looking to build out your team? Like, what are the plans as far as that goes?
Yeah, absolutely. The second part of my mission is for the financial stability of artists. And with that, you can submit your music for free, and I promote it. I put it on the website for free. I don't care who you're signed to. I don't care if you're not signed at all. I don't care about that. I just look at, do you cuss? No. Okay, you passed the first round. Do you demean any people? No. Okay, you passed the second round.
Yeah, so you filter through.
A positive image of Christ. Okay.
Is it just you filtering through these tracks?
Oh yeah.
Man, you got to build out that team, my dude.
I will after I get off this podcast.
Yeah, I got you.
But so I'm filtering through them. We do contests often, and we just wrapped up a contest, and me and I Rap Christ, they supplied the beat. They helped filter out the top contest entries. Then we put it out to social media for them to decide the winner. So the top 3 went out. A Christian rapper won that. And my rewards for those contests are different depending on what it is. For Black History Month, we did a contest, and that person got a microphone, and it was great because the person who won it, he had a lower budget microphone, and
so you got a good upgrade.
Yeah, he got a good upgrade. One person, that wasn't Black History Month. That was in January, International Christian Hip Hop Day. Then Black History Month, there was $100 cash, and then I've been doing advertising packages since then, and there's the free submission, but then there's also the some paid options if you really want to get your music a more boost on Rap Remnant. And I'm planning on growing. I got the partnership with iRap Christ that we're starting off, and then we're nurturing. There's the 520 Collective, which is a group of people who like Christian hip hop, whether it's artists or promoters or graphic designers.
Dope. Okay, so you're already making moves to partner and stuff like that. That's dope, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, yo, we're gonna be praying for you, bro, on your journey, bro. I'm gonna be hitting you up after this. We're a little bit of crunch of time, so I apologize for that, my brother. But yo, it's a blessing. Yo, you almost got hit. You all right?
That's a loud motorcycle. I'm actually
about to duck.
Right,
I see you about to jump real quick. Like. All right, brother. Hey, listen, I'm gonna chop it up with you after. I'm gonna connect you with somebody, and I have something to send your way. So,
yo, love what you're doing, bro. I love that you're not just putting up a media site for attention, but you're actually affecting change. You know, you're actually giving to the culture. So I applaud you, bro, and we're definitely gonna be praying for you in your endeavors. And we here to serve as well, bro. If there's anything we can assist, count on us, bro.
Awesome. We'll be in contact. There's some big things coming, and I'm definitely going to be reaching out so that way you guys know about it first and can, run with it with me.
Dope. Word. All right, my brother. Grace and peace, my dude.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, no problem, man. God bless.
All right. Thanks. Peace.
Cool. So that was our brother. Yes, sir. So that was dope, man.
Yeah, man. It's dope to get more perspective on what's going on, with the Rap Remnant and hearing it from his mouth, like what is happening behind the scenes and his plans and his goals and the things that he's done so far in such a short period of time. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he just purchased it 7 months ago.
Seriously.
I didn't even realize that.
I didn't know that either. I thought he's had it full grip.
So I went back and I did some research on it, and I seen like he was telling me he's gonna upgrade the website and everything, and he's working on a lot of things. So now it all makes sense. That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm looking forward to see what he's.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening over there.
All right, so we're about
10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes left, man. There was some tragic news that happened that we want to be able to be faithful with and cover. And Gil, do you want to take the reins on this one, man?
So unfortunately, we've had already, this is the third episode that had very similar type of news. Unfortunately, in Colorado, there was another shooting. This was at STEM School Highlands Ranch. There was 1 reported dead and 8 injured. So it was 8 students that were shot, but they're recovering, and there's only been 1 confirmed dead. His name is Kendrick Castillo, is the fallen student, and he was shot because he actually ran and rushed the shooter when they came in to start shooting at all the students, and regrettably he lost his life, trying to save his fellow classmates.
It was a heroic thing, man. It was for him to run after, try to intervene.
He was 18 years old, just the beginning of his life, really. 18 years old, you still have so much more to live, and unfortunately his life was cut short, but at least he was able to save other students. The shooters were apprehended, so they're not at large or anything like that. The police officers in the report said that they had a hard time apprehending them, but eventually they were able to get them. One of the shooters were identified as Devin Erickson. and the other shooter has not been identified yet. And it's been confirmed that they were students at this school as well. It's just sad because, you know, you would never expect for this to happen at a school, let alone be one of your classmates.
Yeah.
You know, that's just crazy.
Very, very sad, tragic situation. Prayers and condolences to the family and friends.
For sure.
And anybody impacted by this in any kind of way. And also the people that were injured, that they heal up fast and that they get the proper help that they need to get through this, because it's a very difficult, it's very traumatic. Like, how do you just go back to the same school like after that? Like, how do you just function normally after that? You know what I mean? Like,
there's going to be a long process before these people can go back to their normal lives, and you know, it's just a horrible thing. Just our prayers go out to everybody, like Marrio said, their families, the survivors, the parents. Me being a parent, dude, like hearing that.
Yeah. No, I mean,
that's just crazy.
He was kind of like, Gil, you were going over the news like before we were starting, because we're trying to stay up to date, you know, inform the people, just stay involved with the community and grow together. So, so you know, we're following up and just hearing the parents, man, just like some parents were receiving text messages like, you know, I'm hiding under a desk, you know what I mean, and I hear the gunshots going, bullets are hitting the window. And like, just imagine like getting those text messages from your children, man, while they're at school, like,
and you're just helpless because you can't do anything. What are you gonna do? You can't do anything. There's cops everywhere. They're assessing the situation, and all you have is this text.
Facts. So definitely prayers. Yeah, and I think they have actually they have what do you call it? Like, they have
counseling.
They have the metal like the gun detectors, like at the door.
So
at
that's
the
another
entrance
thing
to the
that
school.
they have to investigate.
Like, they're patting them down and stuff, checking for weapons. If somebody came up with a weapon,
somehow they were still able to sneak it in.
Yeah,
how they got it, no one knows. The story is still unfolding. Like I said, the other shooter hasn't even been identified, and there's 8 injured. So who knows what could happen with those injured.
So prayers, definitely.
So prayers out to those people injured. Hopefully nothing is life-threatening and they can all bounce back. And, you know, it's just, you know.
So, hey, listen, bear with us because subjects like this with this show, we want to be faithful to be able to, you know, stay up to date with things that are happening, for us to, again, like I said, just to stay connected and up to date together and wrestle through these things that are happening currently within our culture, you know what I mean, in society. So we're still, as hosts, still getting used to when we talk and transition into subject. Like, I honestly, being transparent, y'all are with me right now. So I'll grow as time goes along, but I honestly didn't even want to touch up on this subject because out of just fear of
it's just weird.
Of just what it is, like how heavy it is, and like, you know? I honestly just wanted to stay clear from like, just, I don't know how to really report that. So, you know, pray for me. It's difficult. It's a difficult situation. It's a serious situation. It's not something that you just throw out there because it's the next subject on a doc. So I'm still trying.
You know what though? This has taught me
that,
like,
you know what I mean?
This has taught me to have a little bit more respect for those reporters who really go in there.
I know, facts, bro.
Go in there deep. Like, we're over here just reporting on it.
Yeah.
These people are interviewing
in there with
the
their
parents,
families, man.
Interviewing
Prayers for them too. Wow,
facts.
That's real talk. Prayers for them too. Prayers for everybody that's involved.
That's
with that.
a real crazy job, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure it has its high moments when you interview, you know, awesome stories, but when you got to report on crazy stuff like that, it's nuts. Yeah. But thanks for rocking with us. For those that stayed to the end.
Yeah, definitely. We're about 1 minute. Perfect timing. We got through everything. The only thing is, I don't feel it's appropriate to play games on this one after that.
No.
So, you know, usually we do some gaming. We had an Aladdin game set up, but the time is perfect, and I think we can end on that note right there. You know, prayers before you guys, you know, go to bed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we're gonna put the link to Rap Remnant for our guest that was here and his website, so you guys could check out his site and, you know, see what's happening over there as well. Shout out again to Chris and being with us from Rap Remnant. And is there any more on the doc, bro?
Yeah, mad love to the prayer plug, man. I see you in
prayer
here, man.
Plug,
Thank you for the encouragement. Mad love to to who else is in here? Oh, God of a Porn is up in here.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Who else is up in here? Who else did you see? Anybody else? Was the bar up in here? Yo, most of our peoples were up in here.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of our partners, man. I love y'all, man. I'm
special shout out to Serrano too, because he's calling.
Oh, dope, man. That's right. I didn't.
He's staying
Serrano,
up
what
late,
up, bro? My bad. I missed you, bro. Let's run them squads. That's what's up. The prayer plug. That's what's up. Definitely, bro. And you heard that. The prayer plug, you heard what brother Chris was talking about with Rap Remnant, so I'm excited about that. Continue to build, continue to encourage each other, continue to keep each other in prayers and lifted. Is difficult, man. You guys know the challenges that it is when you're trying to do like podcasts and art and stuff like that, media sites. You guys know it's discouraging at times, and so we need each other, man. We need unity more than anything. There's a lot of division out there. There's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of people that are just confused. That's it. Yeah. Just bottom line, confused.
We all confused, man.
So we just need unity, man, and we can unify in the truth. Not idolizing the truth, but using the truth to equip us to share love with one another. Because you think about Christ and what he said. He said the greatest commandments are these: to love your neighbor as you love, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Fact.
That's the two greatest commandments. Everything falls, or the entire law falls on love. Not how much you know, how smart you are, how,
And you know what?
What
Just
kinds of,
to clear this part up too, the love part doesn't mean that you love them from afar. The love part means you actually build and grow and learn from those people. Not just like, yeah, man, I love them. I pray for them,
Yeah, no,
I show love. Like, no, when it says love your neighbor as you love yourself, that's a very clear type of love. You don't love yourself from afar. You love yourself intimately. You care.
Yo, facts. That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? You really want to put your best foot forward.
Hand claps, and gems. Look at Gil. Gil on his game right at the end of the show, too, bro. Your energy is there today. Dude, you killed it today.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yo, I think he's the host of the day. Should we start doing like
you yelled at me earlier.
Should we start doing host of the day?
Host
like who? If I kill it, like I get host of the day. If Gil kills it, like we should do that in the Facebook group, dude. Like we should be doing that.
Yeah, are we gonna put like
who's the host of the day?
We're gonna put a corny picture like they do at like restaurants, like the employee of the month.
Yo, even Serrano was saying real talk, and he's doing laughing faces. Yo, Gil killed it today. Hand claps for Gil. Thank you, Gil, for stepping it up. I actually told him, bro, you need to step it up because Joyner threw me off. The whole situation with Joyner Lucas threw me off, but I can't wear all the hats at the same time, so you stepped it up, man. I appreciate that.
It's because when I got here, your wife fed me some chuletas.
Oh, chuleta!
And I think we should play the chuleta because
those
chuletas was delicious.
Wow.
Okay?
That was
no chuletas.
No.
Delicious.
No. I'm gonna do this.
All the chuletas.
No. Yeah, you need that after this. You need that after that because that was too planned, bro.
What do you mean?
I saw the setup as you were going. It's supposed to be like a smooth, like I didn't see it coming, but that was like a you didn't see it coming. You know what? It was after your wife gave me some good chuletas, and I was like, come on, bro, like you gotta do better than that, man.
I'll work on it for next week.
Don't serve yourself softballs like that.
Hey,
you're supposed to wait for me to give you.
Why you hating? You hating right now?
All right, we getting silly now.
You just gave me a bunch of flowers, and now you're like,
it's a wrap.
Tear them down a little bit.
We love y'all. Shout out to y'all. God of a Porn, if you're still up in here, we're gonna finish with y'all. Yo, love y'all. Grace and peace. Till next week. Take care. Peace.
Preach on the street, eat when they treat. No sheets, brother, man, I sleep on the street. Praying to God, they all keep what I speak. Cause only God can make them seek for the meat. Speaking of meat, let me introduce you to Christ the Savior. You can never get used to His grace. Mercy, I'm loving it all, but you don't wanna listen. If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross
cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.